Hi there folks, welcome to another episode of DemonView Drives, and today we're going to be looking at engine oil, why it's important for your car, how it prevents engine damage, and more importantly how you can check your oil levels. It's quick to do, it's easy to do, and everyone should be capable of doing this. All you need is a dipstick, a clean rag, and some engine oil. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is DemonView Drives. So, what is engine oil? Where does it come from? Well, let's see what the internet has to say. Basically, engine oil is a magical liquid that makes your car happy and healthy. So I guess it's kind of like a smoothie for your engine, but with additives. Now you might think that oil actually comes from old Picasso paintings, but I assure you that it doesn't. It actually comes from the remains of dinosaurs, and that's why it's called a fossil fuel. So, since we're going to be checking the engine oil levels, let's make sure this car is in Jurassic Park and check the oil levels. So the only real thing I need for this is a clean rag. Now I'm actually using some kitchen towel for this, but your car should already have a dipstick in it, and it should also have engine oil in it. So let's go check. After I get the keys. So now that we've released the hood catch, let's check our engine oil levels. Now, one thing you want to do is make sure you secure the hood using this rod here so it doesn't fall down and hit you on the head. Great comedy moment, but could actually be rather painful and cause you injury, so I'm not going to do that. Let's take a look at our engine. So, I know what you're thinking, wow, this is one filthy engine. But don't worry, we'll actually be cleaning this engine later on, but that's another video. Right now, we're checking the oil levels. Now, be aware that everything in here has a kind of indicator on it. For instance, for the power steering fluid, it actually has that written on it. Hey, cooling for the radiator, guess what? You actually have a little symbol on here to tell you that the radiator's hot. Kind of out of view here. Windscreen washer fluid has a picture of a window on it for washing your window. So there's kind of no excuse for going around and putting things in the wrong slot. So with that, see this yellow lad here? That is the dipstick, and that's what we're going to be checking. So, before we do that, let's ask the essential questions. What is oil and how does it help your engine? Well, it does many amazing things, such as lubricates all these engine parts so they don't rub each other the wrong way, cause sparks or smoke. I mean, cleaning the engine from dirt and sludge, that's what the oil does, so it doesn't get clogged and, messed up. And it cools the engine by carrying the heat away from the hot spots so it doesn't overheat or explode. And it protects the engine from corrosion and oxidization so it doesn't rust and decay. I mean, without engine oil, your car would be like a grumpy old man who complains about everything and refuses to move off the mountain. That's why you check your oil levels regularly, change your oil when it gets dirty or old, just like your grandparents. Otherwise, you might end up with a very unhappy car and a very expensive repair bill. I mean, think of oil like the blood for your car. If you don't have enough of it, your car gets sick and dies. You don't want to be the one that has to explain to your car's family why you neglected it, why you're now stuck with elaborate funeral costs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our car is on a level surface. You also want to make sure that this is cool, hasn't been running too long. I mean, some people will start up the engine just to get that oil flowing around and then turn it off very quickly. Yeah, that's good, but don't leave the engine running. This gets up to hundreds of degrees. If you have a hot engine, trust me, this oil is also going to be hot. You do not want to burn yourself. Again, anyway, let's take a look. First thing we're going to do is remove the dipstick, just like so. Now, what we will do then is we're actually going to clean off the dipstick, especially this end part, just from the engine oil. The reason we do that is we don't want bits of old oil left on the dipstick. Now, you can actually see on this, there are actually two small holes, and on the other side it says full, and it says empty. Well, actually it says full and add, but same thing. So we're just going to make sure we wipe off all the old oil so this dipstick is nice and clean. Then we're going to reinsert it back in here, very carefully. And yes, I don't want to get my fingers oily, so I'm just going to do this. We'll then take it back out again, like so. And we can see now where the oil level is. Now the oil on this is actually right at the full mark, so that's pretty good. I've got no oil leaks, and we have plenty of oil in the engine. So, fantastic. Also, take a look at your oil. Make sure it's not too dirty or too grimy. In fact, one of the things to do is probably get a bit of it on your fingers, rub it around a bit, see if it feels gritty or grainy, which would mean there's particulate in your engine, which isn't very good. Now, if you do have to add oil to your engine, if you're feeling like it's a bit low or something, what you don't want to do is get a big jug of oil and try pouring it straight into your engine. If you do that, you're going to splash oil everywhere. It's going to coat everywhere. It's going to get into everything. That's not good, because that's going to like take up road grime and everything's going to stick there. It could even pour over the electrical stuff. You do not want to do that. So if you have to add oil, remove your oil cap, just like so. And then get a nice clean funnel and put it in there like that. You then want to add your oil a small bit at a time. Now, I do prefer to use small containers of oil. Just add a quart, but just put it in slowly, let it drain in slowly. That's it. And put it in a small bit at a time so you don't overfill your engine. If you put too much oil in here, you're going to have too much oil pressure and it will just explode out your cap and ruin your engine anyway. So you don't want to put too much in. I would put some in, stop, check your oil levels, put another bit in, check your oil levels, and just keep kind of doing that. But like I said, maybe use small quart containers and you won't really have an issue. Now, once you've finished adding your engine oil, get your oily rag, take your funnel out, and just do that because you don't want to be dripping oil all everywhere, and make sure you replace your engine oil cap. Trust me, that's very important. And that's it. That's how easy it is to check your oil levels and add some oil if you need it. Now, in a future video, hopefully we'll look at changing your oil, which is a bit more complex, but still kind of easy to do. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. If you have any tips and tricks for checking your oil level or adding oil, then please leave a comment down below and let me know how I did. In the meantime, I really hope you enjoyed this video and can't wait to see you for the next one. Cheerio.